good evening, one and all, and welcome to another edition of Cop Talk each and every Thursday night, 10 o'clock till you say when. We're right here on YouTube. Good evening, and welcome forward, Stony, man. Yeah, man. You was missed, bruv, last week.
Yeah, thank you very much. I tuned into the show, but I just had some family commitments.
Yeah, man. Listen, earth strong blessings to the prince. You know what I mean? Fellow Virgo like myself, good peoples.
Yeah. Bless for that, man. Bless.
Nice one, nice. How old was the young man?
21.
Ah, big one. That's a big one. So what? Did he get him? Did he get him his BMW converts then?
Yeah. Do you know? Funny enough,
I know you got it like that with us, though. I know you got it.
I got something parked up for him. Nice, couple of things that he's very, very, very happy with. So that's
Okay.
good.
Nice one. Yeah. Remember them one boy, 21. You know. You remember what you was doing at 21?
I was getting ready to go Roller Express up in Edmonton. That's what I remember I was doing.
Doctor.
Soca. It was nothing but soca, boy. It was
Yeah, I
nothing
couldn't
but
imagine.
soca.
I couldn't imagine.
It was like literally nothing else existed. R&B stopped. House and garage didn't exist. It was just soca Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boy. It was just permanent carnivals. Good times.
Yeah, I hear that. We're gonna send a massive shout goes out to Mr. Mark Foster. Thanks for joining us, Uncle Teach. Big Teach in the building. Nice to see you, brother. Yeah, it's nice to buck you up on Saturday, man. Big Teach. Blessings goes out to Amit. Amit, man, you forgiven me for last week, yeah? Hope Amit is forgiving me for last week. Big shouts goes out to you, bro. What's Chris saying? Chris says he's 26. Yeah. Amit says, allow Robbo to hate you tonight. Come on, man. It's all good, man. It's all good in the hood. Big shouts goes out, Lucas J. Big shouts goes out to you, man. Thanks for joining in. Do remember, hit that share, that like, and that subscribe. Okay. So we have the derby to talk about and a cup match to talk about, which nearly did it again with another late one again. So we're going to kick it off with the derby first and foremost. So, Doctor, give me your thoughts on how we looked in that derby.
So, fortunately, unfortunately, depending on who you are, I feel that was our most cohesive league performance, especially first half for a while. And I guess it's no surprise that we was playing last season's midfield, and it just flowed a lot better, man. I just think, so many players seemed a lot more balanced. The team had like a better balance to it, and I thought it was a really, really strong performance. Obviously, we'll talk about Gravenberch, I'm sure, at some point in time. But oh, mate, like what a player, man! Like when you just like you're just seeing levels, isn't it? Like you're seeing because the worst thing is, I think Everton's recruitment has been very good this season, and I can see them pushing for a top 6, top 8 position. But what we did was world class. Like no team's living with that. Like the Gravenberch goal, the TK goal, it was just like, whew. And hence why I said, it was brilliant to see. I guess it would be helpful if the second record signing was on the pitch when we were flowing so well. But I'm sure we'll talk about that later on. But I thought it was a brilliant performance, man. Or first off, certainly.
Okay, Brother Stoney.
Yeah, I can only echo what Doctor was saying. I think on reflection, there's probably 2 strikers I felt roughed up our defense last season. One was Beto, and one was Mateta from Crystal Palace. So what I was impressed with from this game is that Van Dijk and Konate made sure that Beto was unable to continue playing the whole game. I'm sure he came off probably just a couple of minutes into the second half. Not too sure what actually happened with him. Yeah. So I think that was something going into this game. I think on my mind, I said, okay, let's see how we manage Beto, and let's see what impact Grealish is going to attempt to have on us in this game. So I was really happy with the starting lineup, and similarly, Doctor, I think it was the only 2 players that started outside of our squad from last season would have been Gurkes left back and Ekatike up top. And as you mentioned about Ryan, listen, I remember years back Tottenham had. Do you remember Dembele that used to play for Tottenham?
Yep, 100%.
Listen,
Rate that guy.
I used to like Dembele so much. There's certain things about Ryan in terms of his movement, the way that he's positioning. I still can't believe that a midfielder like him has got so much techers. He moves people out the way with his body, similar to like how Busquets does it as well, you know. So I just absolutely love the complete transition from this player that we purchased under Klopp to how Ryan's currently playing under Slot. And yeah, he was just, you know, when you're watching a player and he's just silky. Oh man. But yeah, as I said, we'll come to that. But
it is.
I was very, very, very happy with this performance. Very happy.
Absolute joy to watch, I must say. Absolute joy to watch. I'm sure that we spoke about last week. We said, when we said our lineups, we said Robbo over Kirkes. But Kirkes seemed to. Well, how do you think he played?
I think he wasn't as rash. I mean, I wasn't on last week's show, but I listened to it afterwards and I listened to it on the way into work last week. So I kind of had a double episode on it. I think Kirkes, for me, he's going to be one of the players, even though he has played in the Premiership, I still think we have to give him time to actually settle. So what I was impressed with Kirkes going into this game, and I'm just going to use this word, there was periods where he wasn't as rash in certain positions as he has been. I think there was a more defensive cover for him on that side with Mac 10. And also, I think Cody did a lot of tracking back as well defensively for here on that side. But I was happy with the defensive work for Kirkes, and he's continuing to actually settle in and play underneath the tactical approach that Slot wants for us. So I was quite happy with him. Okay,
what did you make of Kirkes, Doctor?
I was just gonna say, am I sounding all right? Because you two speakers sound like crazy, but I don't know if maybe it's my laptop. But yeah, fine. Once it's all sounding good, Kirkes, I thought it was a very good performance. To be fair, I think he's improved a lot since the opening couple of games. Obviously, playing against Semenyo, against your old team, like on your Anfield debut, all of the emotion. Then the Newcastle game, again, he was better, but was terrible for their goal. Arsenal game, I thought he was strong. And then against Burnley, I thought he played well. He just dived and then was then under pressure. So I thought we've seen a continuation of good form from Kirkes. And I thought he was very solid, stood up to the physical threat. And I think having last season's midfield and having that a bit more balance, it allows him to get forward more, because I feel, if you think about it, probably his best asset, or certainly one of his better assets, is his ability to go forward. And he's had to be very defensive for us so far. So seeing him get forward as well, I just think like it brings confidence into his game, and it was a much more dominant display. So for me, yeah, Kirkes carries on. He's just going from strength to strength, and yeah, like I thought he's very close to showing last season's form now, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He's getting there. He's getting there slowly but surely. So Stoney mentioned the player there, and I'm sure Doctor's got something to say about.
Before Doctor belittles him, just hear me out on that, right? I believe one of Everton's players of last season is how do you pronounce it? Is it Ndai, the right forward? Yeah. I think when he was able to play last season, he was one of Everton's best players.
Oh, by far.
For me, it was quite good for me when I was watching his game. Sometimes you look at individual players, sometimes you look at matchups. I know the previous player we were speaking about was Kirkes. Kirkes, I think, actually managed to keep Ndai, even though Ndai got the assist, he was able to keep Ndai in certain positions where he wasn't as much as a threat as I thought he was going to be. So I know Doctor's going to extend on a player that you've mentioned, but there was so much defensive work that I think Gakpo and Kirkes did over on that side to make sure we weren't manipulated, that there wasn't any threat on that side. That I was actually quite impressed with Gakpo in the Everton derby. Over to you, sir.
Wow. Okay. Doctor, Doctor, your face is like how I feel, bro.
Do you know what? He wasn't. Yeah, nah, he just hasn't been good, man. Like, I think Cody's been poor all season, if I'm being honest with you. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, he's a very cerebral player. He's a thinking footballer. So even if he's playing badly, he's a bit like Mo. He will still show a flash of quality. So the goal against Bournemouth, outstanding goal. Outstanding goal. When he drives across, feints twice, comes in, bottom corner. And obviously, he still managed to get a couple of assists. Crazy fluke, especially like the Gravenberch one against Newcastle. And then the Kike one where he goes to shoot again when he should pass, rebound past it eventually. But he just hasn't been good. Like, he's slowing down the play. His decision-making for somebody with his game intelligence has been really bad. It's either like he's taking too much time out of the game or taking too many touches. And it's almost like, you see, like back in the day, cars, innit? When your steering wheel won't be working properly, and the car just ain't driving straight. And if you let it go, it's just doing that. Like, it's just doing that. This guy, it's like he gets the ball and he can just see 45-degree angle to the goal, and I am running and shooting and kicking in that direction. It's like, Cody, you can turn. You can pass to your fullback. You can pass to your number 10. You can pass to your forward. Every time, gets it diagonal, shoot. It's just like, bruv. Like, allow it, Cody, innit? Start playing better now, innit? Because when we talk about a certain game, and I know teachers probably thinking, I've been saying this, a certain Italian right now deserves to start. So, Cody, you better, like, I think Cody's biggest attribute right now is that he's Dutch and the manager's Dutch because I feel that's keeping him in the team.
Man said his biggest attribute is where he comes from, you know.
I'm telling you because he hasn't been good, man. I thought him and Bradley were the weakest players by some distance. I thought the rest of the team was on quite a high level. To be fair to Bradley, I'm not quite sure how good defensively he is as an overall defender just yet. Obviously, he's good 1v1 in terms of tackling, and he's very much different to Trent in that regard. But positional play, timing, and look, give him credit. I think Jack Grealish this season is sharing some levels in it. I think he's showing people, listen, don't watch what I was doing for the last 2 years under Pep, where I had to just play a certain way in it. Like, I am a baller in it, and I think Grealish may have put down the best individual performance from an opposition attacker at Anfield that I've seen for a while. I can't lie. I was impressed.
I'm glad you actually mentioned that as well. So when you was mentioning about Bradley, I think I'm not saying this is a breakthrough season for Bradley, because it's not. I think what's going to work in our favour is that we got Bradley, we've got Frimpong. And in periods of games, we've obviously shown that we've got Dominic that can play at right back. So I think there'll be periods where Bradley does have an opportunity to rest, observe from the sideline, and still continue to develop his craft. But I can only echo what you were saying as well. Coming up against Aston Villa Grealish, I think that would be hard for any fullback. And I think I agree with you. Grealish just looked like he just enjoyed football again, and he didn't seem to be daunted by playing at Anfield. He didn't seem daunted by playing in a derby. He just relished the opportunity, and it's good to see a player actually playing with freedom. So the fact that Bradley came out of the game unscathed, I think that was all right. Don't get me wrong. I think he would have needed an ice bath and a lot of reflection. But I think it would have been a good little learning curve for him. in that game.
Yeah, I did, because I thought, to be fair, was Everton's front three was going to be a threat as far as I'm concerned, because I rate and die. I think he's serious when he's ready, and Grealish, like you said, has been showing form and better because of what he did to us last season. So yeah, that did have me worried a bit, but I thought we dealt with them very neatly as far as I'm concerned. As the game was going on, I wasn't worried about them. But to be fair, like what Mark is saying, that great first 20 minutes, Everton have the ball more in the second half. Felt when we went to sleep a bit when the subs came on. So I thought, yeah, for real, that first 20 minutes is like we was electric all over them. And then, yeah, after that, calmed down a bit, but we still controlled the game in the first half. And then, second half, yeah, it just went down. We don't seem to be able to play a 90 minutes of great football, of good football, consistent football. It's always a little period in the first half or the second half for now. And I think that's something that we really need to work on, especially as we get into the latter parts of bigger competitions, especially like the Champions League. You're going to need to do better than that, because them teams will definitely punish you if you're not on the ball. CW says the derby was the only game with no late drama so far this season, so my heart rate was saved, which is true. Yeah, most definitely, guys. I was thinking, don't do that to me again, man. But then again, mind you, there was a bit of late drama because it was 2-1 and they were coming at us. So you know what? Yeah, so it was a bit, on tenterhooks. I'm gonna send a big shout to Macca, Easy Macademius. Big shouts goes out to you. I love how Macademius to support us. He's an Arsenal fan. I have to respect that. Macca logs on quite regular, man. So big shouts goes out to you, bro. All right, I don't think I can wait anymore, man. I think I'm just gonna have to do it, man, for real. I really am, because
boy,
2 years ago, Raphael van der Vaart threw this quote out in the world and people laughed at him. So who is laughing now? Ryan Gravenberch is better than Jude Bellingham at everything. I don't know if I'd have to agree fully with that, because the one thing I will say is that Jude does know how to score a goal. I'll give him that. His goal scoring record is up there. That's one thing that Ryan doesn't really have. But the rest of the game, talk to me, man. Talk to me, gents. What are you saying?
Listen, man, I just think Van der Vaart he's just one of the, I guess, why you have to rate these things is he doesn't say things when it's popular or when the bandwagon's there or when people are now jumping on it. And I remember when Harry Maguire had all of that hype and Man U signed him, and they were, Man U fans saying, he might not be quite as good as Van Dijk, but he can get close to it. Or some are saying he might be better than Van Dijk. And there was a couple of those Man U fans saying about he's a system player and this and that. And they were really trying to make Harry Maguire into the new Terry Butcher, Tony Adams, where it was going to be. And Van der Vaart came on TV when it weren't popular and said, this guy's terrible. You paid £8 million for this guy. He is shocking. And he destroyed him to the point where they were like, steady. Then he destroyed Declan Rice and was just like, you lot are gassing up this brother. And he can't take the ball on the half turn. Destroying him. And credit to him. He called out the Gravenberch stuff, and Gravenberch, I think, was struggling on loan at Bayern, or when he came to Liverpool and he weren't getting no minutes. And especially as we had been wanting Jude Bellingham, is that a pause? Wanting Jude Bellingham? I guess it is. Whereas the fans had wanted Klopp to sign Jude Bellingham for about 3 years.
Well, very articulate.
So the fact that we had signed Gravenberch, who was floundering, Jude Bellingham that year was being spoken about as the best player in the world. That just got way too carried away. But Bernabeu loved him. He was emulating Zidane and all that kind of stuff. And in that context, where one player has been compared to Zidane, one guy is a bench, and Van der Vaart saying, listen, this guy on the bench is better than this guy, and that's what I proper rate, because no one else was talking that. at that moment in time. Like, and now we're seeing it. And like you said, other than scoring goals, yeah, like, I don't think he is.
Yep. Stoney?
I think hindsight's an amazing thing because at the time, when we had, I would say, midfield that we were looking at to move on or recruit, I think we were begging for a different type midfielder. And I think at the time there was conversation of us, and I know I was one of those people, so I'm not going to detract from that, about saying it would be interesting if we were in a position to purchase Jude Bellingham. But I think the prices that were quoted and all of those stuff, I think at the time I mentioned we could have built a new stand at Anfield. So, you know, like finance wise, it didn't actually make sense. I think what we're probably seeing is two midfielders that do actually function in different positions, both effective in their own right. And I'm just going to be honest, I'm not sitting on the fence. I enjoy watching both. This season, Jude's had his injuries and he's going to take a little while to recover from it. But I think we're looking at two midfielders that function completely different and are both effective. I'm happy that we've got Ryan, but if we also had Jude Bellingham, I'll be equally as happy.
A question
if we had Jude instead of Ryan, you saying that?
No. I said if we had both, I would be equally happy. Yeah, I'll be equally.
Okay, so question, Stoney, and I think that this is the point, right? Would you currently swap Jude for Ryan right now?
No, and the reason why I'd say that is,
and that's it.
And this is the key thing, and for me, I don't think it's about saying whether one player is better than the other. I'm just looking the way in which our team and our squad is set up. So at the moment, we required a number 6, and I think in terms of a number 6, Jude could not do what Ryan does in that position, in my opinion. Okay. Jude then will be possibly playing further up the pitch, so he then would be occupying either a Mac 10 or a Dominic or our guy that we just bought from Germany. So I would not replace any of our squad players with Jude Bellingham, and it's not because I don't rate him, but I'm very happy with the current squad we currently have.
Okay.
And very well-rounded argument. But I guess the point would be this, right? At no point so I'd say up and well, if you had said before the start of last season, when Ryan was moved to the 6, if you had said to any Liverpool fan, would you swap Jude Bellingham for Ryan Gravenberch? They'd look at you like, why even ask me that stupid question? For of course I would. That's not even a question. And the fact that just over a year later, we're saying, actually, do you know what? Jude, you stay with Trent and do you man's thing in Spain, in it, because our boy is showing crazy levels. And I just think that is an amazing testament to Graven's slot. I just think, yeah, that is a huge come up. Huge come up. Yeah. Glow up. I don't know.
CW says, I told everyone Bellingham was overrated last year, and still he's a PR player.
No, I disagree. He's not overrated. We're looking at a player. I don't even know. How old is Jude Bellingham? Is he 22 yet? I don't even know how old is Jude Bellingham?
He's 22.
22. All right, listen. This player is nowhere even near his prime. If you think of it, look, I'm not belittling this player. He's the same age as Harvey Elliott, right? So let's just put it out there. He's the same age as Harvey Elliott. This is light and day here, all right? So we've still got a player that's still developing. We still have a player who's made a transition from playing in England to playing in Germany to Spain to being a full England international at the age of 22. Listen, man, I think he deserves every bit of praise out there. There is. Personally, I think he's a very good player.
Okay. So Mark Foster says, well, I said Ryan needed to add goals to his game, but now you've got 2 this season already. But I will ask, which one are you taking in your midfield, Ryan or Bellingham? I'm sticking with Ryan.
Same
here.
Good evening, VW. Big shouts goes out to you, my brother. Thank you very much for joining us. Currently, I see what Stoney said with the argument of the positions they play and why having one and not the other. To be honest, right now, I think I'd stick with Ryan as well myself. I would stick with Ryan from what I've seen right now. He brother just oozes past, man. And he's so easy on to watch the game. He just makes it look. But the thing for me now is though, I think he needs to calm down a bit. He needs to have a couple dodgy games because next thing you know, Real Madrid are gonna come knocking on the door. Like, you can't keep this up, bro. Right? You know what I mean? You need to, you know what I mean? Have a bit of a stinker. You get me? Yeah, man. Seriously. Because we know what Real Madrid are like, man. Anybody who plays consistently well, you know what I mean, like that for a while, they're gonna be involved, man. 100% they're gonna be involved. So yeah,
I think we're all right with Ryan. I think we're all right. I think we're all right, man. By all accounts, his family are heavily involved. I think last season his dad spoke really, really highly about Slot and how Bayern was terrible for him and how spiritually, I think he spoke a lot about like the spiritual feeling of him being at Liverpool and him being the Slot. So I don't think Ryan's gonna push the move to. And I think just going back to the Jude versus, don't know what, it's just incredible for Grav that we are comparing him to Jude Bellingham. I think since Jude has gone to Real Madrid, he's almost given up on being a midfielder. He's not doing the midfield type of jobs in terms of controlling the game, maintaining possession, dictating play, creating. He's just basically become a version of Frank Lampard. And it's almost like now you watch him play, when he's asked to do like the midfield stuff, get control of the game and dictate play and all these types of things. Like, he super struggles to do that nowadays. It's almost like in his mind, I'm just a goal scorer. Like, I'm a proper number 10 box crasher who's looking to score 20 goals. And that's what I'm kind of all about. Because if you think about it, you speak to any of them Spanish, man, and they're still saying, we miss Toni Kroos, we miss Modric, that's what we need to replace.
Yep.
So Jude's not stitching it together no more at all. It's almost like the gas has gone to his head. So yeah, you want somebody in your midfield to boss the game and to dictate play and to organize the game for you. It's gravelled away.
Amit says quality DMs are hard to find these days. Grav has added the defensive side to his game to coexist with his attacking qualities. Jude is exceptional going the other way, but not as good defensively. And then he goes on to say that Grav is becoming everything we thought Jude would be.
Very good point.
CW says it's okay. Real Madrid got Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde as their midfield three, which is their best midfield. They don't need midfielders. But I heard that they're not that happy with Tchouaméni, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've heard that they're not too happy with him. So, yeah. Oh, Vinny.
Camavinga's stagnated as well.
Vinny is taking the mick.
No, but he's that kind of profile, though. Yeah. He's that kind of profile.
David Platt did sweet FA on the pitch apart from score goals.
That's what Jude's become, bro.
He done. Listen, this guy. Let's watch this guy just think. What does this guy do apart from score goals? He does nothing apart from score goals and run on his toes,
bro,
and look surprised with them eyebrows.
It's very rare I watch Jude Bellingham play a football game and he has what I call a very good all-round game. Like, I watch him play so many times, I'm just like, are you the guy who I was being blackmailed into saying was the best player in the world? Because his first season at Real Madrid, it's almost like if you didn't agree with somebody saying that he was the best player in the world, like you had like an issue. The amount of man that was saying to me, oh, what, like you don't think he's the best player in the world? And I was like, think what you're saying. I think he's a great talent. Just because I don't think he's the best player on the planet, the best player in the universe, because as far as we are aware, no other planet in our solar system is playing football. Just because he's not the best player from here until the sun doesn't mean that I don't rate him. Like, let's just calm down, man. calm down. Like exceptional talent, brilliant mentality. Isn't phased by anything. But like, let's just calm down. And as Amit said, Valverde is the effing truth. Valverde is a better midfielder than Jude Bellingham. Like that's just what it is.
Valverde is.
That's just what it is.
I ain't gonna lie. He is.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, that is. He
That-
is. I have to say.
That is just what it is.
For real. Mark says that, what you call it? Mac Ryan supports like all 100 million price tags. Real Madrid want freebies. Yeah. Well, let's bloody hope so. Liberties, Platt over Jude every day of the week. By the way, Platt the footballer, not the Coronation Street actor. Yeah. So listen, it is anyhow he continues the way he is anyway. It's hands down player of the season for Liverpool, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
He just needs to just continue maintaining these performances. And what I like about him is, it seems like every game he's a minimum of a 7 performance-wise. And that's what I like. That kind of consistency is what I like. Not this, you know what, 1 week you're a 9 or you're a 10, and the next week you're a 6 or a 5. He just seems to be a 7 consistent every single week, 7 or above. And I'm loving that. But like I said before, my fear is the drop-off, if anything happens to him, is drastic.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Jude has got it in his locker to run games. We've seen it, but like the doc said, maybe the hype has gone to his head, and he's not doing that no more.
Bro, it's like in his head. All he's playing is number 10. Like the days of me being a box-to-box midfielder or even a number 8 who's going to sit in a bit, it's like I'm not on it no more. Like, let me play number 10 and get into the box.
Do you reckon that may have something to do with how the managers asked him to play? And the only reason why I say that, last season under Ancelotti, when Jude came in, he was purchased as a midfielder and he did have more midfield responsibilities, but they had a series of injuries last season. I think, was it before? Because did they buy before Mbappe? Because remember there was a period,
so not last season, season before.
Thank you. So there was that period where Jude was almost playing like that false number 9. And as you rightly mentioned, he was playing that Lampard role where he's breaking deep from midfield and scoring goals. And I think he must have scored about 1 million goals that season or something like that. But then he's with them purchasing Mbappe, his roles changed, and under Xabi Alonso, his roles changed as well. So for me, as you said, you know, I mentioned it before, I just want to see how he develops as a player as well. Still young. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. You're right, Doctor, whether he can actually play as a midfielder and control games. I'm not going to put him in the Modric role because that would be quite disrespectful of me to even think of anybody could do that. But let's see how he tries to ply his trade as a midfielder and see how he progresses.
Because you'd have to say, right? I know we're talking about Jude a bit too much, but I guess it's interesting. Does he even start for England?
Well, this is our next thing I was going to say right now. It could be a fight for him to get back his place at the moment.
Because would you say Jude's a better number 10 than Cole Palmer?
The England squad's just healthy at the moment, as dead and as boring as they are. The actual squad itself is healthy because
Morgan Rogers is playing well in the role as well.
That's what I'm saying, and as much as I know that we are a Liverpool channel, and I'm going to say it for the third time, as much as we are a Liverpool
Sorry,
channel,
Amit. Sorry.
I still believe that Mainu should be having a conversation in the England midfield. But they've just got a lot of options. England have got a lot of options, and how Tuchel manages that in what system, in what pattern, and what have you. I'm glad I'm not in that position. And even if you're thinking of midfielders, as you mentioned, or Wharton's jumped in there from Crystal Palace, who deserves to be in there. So they've got like, yeah, so many midfielders.
What we can say on England is Ryan Gravenberch starts for England. He's the first name on the team sheet. That's just what it is, isn't it? That's just what it is.
Yeah, I know.
Mark says that we have to give Szoboszlai in that conversation too. He's levels above last season. So we're talking about player of the season, yeah, not with Ryan and Jude. Talking about player of the season.
Do you know what? It's weird because I think Szoboszlai was given a thankless task last season, and I think he was so important for how our team played that it wasn't always recognized simply because of all the running and the tactical discipline he was doing and the off the ball movement, and he's almost became like a water carrier from number 10. Then I know some fans are frustrated, me included. I was just like, bruv, you've got one of the best shots in Europe. Shoot. And he's hardly shooting in games. But in terms of just as an all-round footballer, there's an argument that Szoboszlai is the best all-round footballer in the squad. Like, my man's game's super complete.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to talk about his athleticism is off the chart. His positional flexibility is off the chart. Close control, techers, he's got all of that. He's got the burst of pace. Defensively is good. And he's got the best wand of a foot in our squad. Like shooting, long distance passing. Like he's got the best peg in the squad. Like that goal he scored against Arsenal is not a fluke.
No, definitely not.
Like the guy is a supreme all-round talent. I just think maybe last season's role probably isn't the best of his talents. He probably wants to be a bit deeper and be a bit more of a box-to-box player and show more of his all-round skill set. But like Szoboszlai, some talent, man. Yeah. Some talent.
No, he is. And I think it goes to show that how we've played, we're now Slot has dropped work, so we've reverted back to our original three midfielders. It just flowed seamlessly.
This is it.
It really did. So
this is it.
Going forward, then, how do we? What you say? So what? Do we drop and play Wirtz out there then to get him into the team?
So before Wednesday, I would have said absolutely, because I thought Wirtz, when he moved left against Atletico, looked really, really good as well. Like, our play started to flow. Even against Everton when he came on, I know he was a bit underwhelming at times, but he just makes good decisions. Like when he's getting the ball, sometimes just slowing it down, one touch, giving it. It just gives us a bit more control. But a certain Italian, I feel, needs to start at the moment, man. I think Chiesa needs to start. Like, I think he needs to start. Like,
so Chiesa instead of Gakpo?
Absolutely. Cody can't just be, a car that's tracking stopped working no more, like, or the tire tread's gone. Like, no. Like, on form, Chiesa needs to be started.
Cody's a bishop in a game of chess.
Basically. Like, look, I know everyone says, he has to play wide. I still think, depending on who's available through the middle, that he could still be effective through the middle. I really think he could. Because he's still got okay hold-up play. He's still a smart footballer. He's still got good physical attributes. But right now, you don't want this guy getting the ball and having an impact on how the team's playing, because his form's just so poor. You almost want Cody to be seeing less of the ball.
All right, so let's go to Sturdy, because I know Sturdy loves, he rates Cody, man. So what are you saying, Chiesa over Cody?
Nah, Chiesa's going to get his time. I think, and I've mentioned it before, I think our squad is healthy enough for Cody to still get enough game time, still healthy enough for Chiesa to get enough game time, and also for Rio as well. So Cody, for me, even going into our next game, Cody starts.
He starts, yeah?
Cody starts. Cody starts against Crystal Palace.
Why?
Check this. All
No,
right.
why?
As brilliant. So as indifferent that we've actually played this season, right? And we're just speaking about even if we're just speaking about just the league game. So let's remove the cup game against Southampton and let's remove the cup game against Atletico. We played 5 games and we've won all 5, right? He's actually contributed to those 5 victories. So why would you not start him? He has to be involved, in my opinion.
No, that's a bit too random, Stoney, because anybody
It's
who's
not
on the
random.
pitch, anybody
No,
who's on the
no.
pitch has contributed to those wins.
It's not random.
It's not, because anybody who was on the pitch has contributed to those wins.
He starts.
Listen, remember, just because he's on the pitch sometimes doesn't mean he's really contributed. We could be carrying a player.
No, but
And also,
carried by
with the way he's playing, we could also be winning those games more comfortably if it was somebody else.
Nah, because I don't. I see Gakpo starting all of them. Don't get me wrong. I like the directness and aggressive, offensive play in which Rio actually plays. But I'm also mindful, I have to be respectful that this is going to be a development season for him. And I think before the season started, I said to myself, if he can have 10 games across the whole of this season, then that'll be a collective, right? So I know he's probably had 1 or 2 minutes here and there. Some other games, Southampton, he would have had some game time. And I think against Atletico, I think he had about 60 minutes. But prior to that, it was 1 minute, 3 minutes. Yeah, near the end, and XYZ. But I think
that goal.
Brilliant. But on that side, on the left side, is Gakpo. That's starting over there. He does. And don't get me wrong, I said it at the beginning of the show. I want Kaiser to get lots of game time. I want him to have an impact. I want him to be involved in games. But Gakpo starts for me over on the left-hand side. More so, when you mentioned something about how Gherkes is actually played at the beginning of the season, I see them actually forming a very positive partnership as well. So that's another reason why I think Gakpo should be involved in the starting lineup for Liverpool.
So I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, Stoney, because look, all opinions are valid and Cody is a good player. But you see the last point you just made about Gherkes and Cody. Has Cody passed the Gherkes all season? Because all I see is Gherkes, when he does go forward and he does go on the overlap, Cody's going even more bent. Like the only fullback Cody's passed to is Robbo. It's almost like in Cody's mind, he's doing like the old school man them thing. Like, I'm not passing to the new players because Cody is not passing to Gherkes. If Gherkes gives him the overlap, he's gone even more diagonal. Like, this man's acting like he's Maradona. Like, no. Like, Cody's actually taking liberty. You know what? See, on this game, as I said, when Robbo comes on, Cody passes to Robbo. I've noticed that. But when it's Gherkes doing that, nah, mate. Cody's saying nah.
Okay.
Like, so people, let me know in the comments, would you continue to play Gakpo? Or would you play somebody else on the left-hand side? Let me know in the comments what you feel, man. This is
like, how many chances has Cody even created?
I can't answer that.
He's got 2 assists by absolute fluke. Like I said, there's a TK goal against Newcastle that Cody got the assist for because Cody shot when he should have passed it. It rebounded and he just passed it first time, and then the TK does that low first time finish at the start of the second half. But if anyone watching or even you guys can just think of an opportunity Cody has created for someone else, I'd love to hear it.
No, I fully agree with you.
I just think you man are harsh. 7 games in, and you guys are looking to put the man on the bench and make him start cleaning other players' boots. 7 games into the season, 7 games.
Bro, Chiesa showing mad levels. Like, and I'll be real, I thought Chiesa was done, but what I'm seeing right now, I'm saying maybe you're not too. Obviously, he's not quite at the level that he was previously because that was a world class player. But what he's currently showing, that you need to be starting because everything's sharp. Decision making. He's looking for teammates, getting off shots, running in behind. Look at that.
Hold on. Cody's got 2 assists this season, yeah?
Yeah.
He's got 2 in one game.
Yeah, but bro, if we're only looking at sometimes stats
and
can
Cody's
be,
assists were so fluky.
I know, but
Thank
sometimes stats and data can be misleading. All right. So what?
No, but like Doctor said, Cody's ones were fluky. Chiesa's ones were quality.
Doesn't matter.
They were quality.
If you're looking at data, if you're looking at stats, as I said, it can be misleading. Chiesa's probably played 5 games, 2 assists, 1 goal. Cody 7 game, the same.
I just think, you know what? Obviously, like we're going to talk about it. Well, I'm not sure, but we'll cover it. Chiesa is just looking for the strikers. It's almost like, where's my number 9? Where's my strikers? Like he's looking for that. Where it feels like Cody is looking to put it top corner, and if I can't, then I might do the part. Then I might cross it. But it's almost like his first thought is, can I shoot? Whereas Chiesa, that early chance that Isak missed, was it the first minute? Chiesa again, in it. The minute the game just started, bang, here you are. Like, go and score a goal. And I just think Chiesa is just in a good run of form, and he's looking like he's looking for teammates.
Nah. I fully agree. I think the level of ball that Chiesa's playing right now, I think he deserves a start, mate. 100% deserves a start. He's showing levels of that ball, of that, you know what, that we knew it was in there. Starting to see it now, and I think like we said before, time and time again, from we've been on this podcast, we've been saying it. These things come through when you start getting game time. You start to see these things, and I believe he deserves a shot. And this is my point as well. It's not just, we're not dashing Cody away. We're saying, but right now, bro, you might just have to hold a bench. You know what I mean, and make you that healthy competition, make you kick up your levels a bit. Might make you. And when you're watching Cody, when you're watching Cade, you might be saying, "Rah." So that's why I'm on the bench. Okay, I'll show you. You know what I mean?
So many games. We're like 2 games a week now until Christmas.
Have to use the squad. And right now, out of that team, the way the way that we've been playing form-wise, he's definitely one of the weakest links.
Oh, he has been.
So why would we have these other players? We've got these other squad players and not use them?
Because we're still winning.
In spite.
Yeah, just about. Just about.
But we're still
just
winning.
About. Nearly giving man Connery's while you're watching the game, yeah? Just about. Remember that. We could be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. Look, if Cody's on the bench, I mean the pitch against Palace, of course we're all going to back him, and I'm sure he probably will.
Of course.
But I just think, especially with Chiesa's trajectory of what happened last season, didn't complain. This season starts off well, dropped for the Champions League squad, didn't complain, just carries on. I'm just like, come on, like, this guy is a top player, isn't it? Top player who's showing crazy humility and is now showing some levels as well. So, like, he deserves minutes. And obviously, look, if Cody was ripping it up, it is what it is, Chiesa, but Cody's not. So
100%. So 2-1 against Everton. Got the 3 points in the derby. And then we move on to a cup game against Southampton. Now, I remember we spoke about like lineups and people getting a rest and whatever. So, was you happy when you saw this?
Yeah, absolutely. Use the squad. Use the squad.
Is there anybody that you would have changed though from this lineup? Or would you say, nah, this is what we should have started with?
Yeah, I think that was the right squad, simply because of the players who might be seen as being, say, first team players needed minutes. Obviously, Isak needs minutes. Chiesa needs minutes. Frimpong needs minutes. So for me, yeah, no, it made perfect sense.
Okay. All right. Stoney, you agree with that?
Yeah, very good lineup.
Okay. So the first one I'm going to pick out is a young centre half called Leone. Makes his debut, and very sadly gets injured, and it's quite a serious one. He's done his ACL, so he's going to miss a large majority of this season, to be fair. But what did you make of the young man's performance in that game?
I think before the game, I put in a group. This was a play that I was actually looking forward to seeing watching. I'm not going to profess to say that I knew much of the way in which he played before you actually purchased him. So yeah, I was looking forward to seeing him. He was demonstrating an ability. He was actually quite graceful on the ball. Wanted the ball in lots of different positions. Yeah, aerial duels was fine. Positioning good, passing strong, aggressive in positions that he needed to be in as well. So yeah, I think, you know, prior to, I know we're going to speak about it afterwards, but prior to the injury, I thought he had a really good game. I thought he was good as well, playing alongside what we classified now as a seasoned centre back in Gomez. And so, you know, so even in that sense, when you think
Season?
of it,
You're talking about salt and pepper alone.
You've got
Leone
playing there as an 18-year-old, so he would have had an experienced centre back partner, but he would also have had an experienced CDM in front of him with Endo as well. So the fact that he was able to actually have his first game at Anfield, big occasion, I was really happy for him.
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah, Leone. Absolutely. He just looked. You know what? He just looked so composed, and he didn't look like a young player at all, or somebody a player was making their debut. He just looked really assured. Depending on where the camera was, you could see him kind of like talking to the other players as well. So he seems to be vocal, like he's got leadership qualities. Just looked really calm and composed, and almost just like he belonged at that level. And when you just saw just like images of the players on the pitch, like the guy's a unit, innit? You can see like how tall he is, and I was gonna say,
you don't look 18. I'll tell you that much.
Nah, not at all. And it's just horrible luck, man. Horrible luck.
Yeah,
horrible.
Man,
I can't even remember the actual even challenge. I just remember seeing him on the ground in agony.
Yeah, I'm gutted for the young man. I'm absolutely gutted, because that performance there gave me some confidence in saying, yeah, you know what? We got decent cover coming in for these for Van Dijk and Konate. I was like, yeah, this guy's got it. You know, especially coming to a game like that. You know, with these teams, they don't mess about, man. They get at you and whatever. And he was imagining, for a young boy, there was no fear in this boy's face. He was like, this is what I do. And I like players like that. You know, he's coming, yeah, this is what I do, man. And yeah, it was absolutely gutted for the young man. So we do.
Do you reckon? I'm gonna play devil's advocate with something here as well, though, right? As much as Leone did have a good game, and you know we've mentioned that he was composed. There wasn't really much threat from the way in which Southampton played in terms of the offensive line really threatening Gomez and Leone, because I think they played a back five. I think it was only Archer that actually played up front, and as mobile as he was, there wasn't really much duels that Leone had to kind of contend with. So don't get me wrong, I was happy with his performance, but it wasn't like a baptism of fire. So
No,
Agreed. It wasn't.
yeah,
no, it wasn't.
But I guess what I'd say is everything you've said about Southampton's lack of attacking intent, that would be applied to Gomez as well. And Gomez just looked like he'd been drinking Ray Neffy the previous night. Like, I'm saying, Joe, what can't be you, bro?
He looked like he had some half time too.
Yeah, it's like Endo seemed like he come just straight from Carnival, the way the two of them were performing. I was just like brother, man. So, but you know, you can just see when someone's just composed in their work, like their technical ability, the way they pass the ball, like just the way they balance, the way they control it, like where they move it. You could just see that, like this guy's just got some quality, man.
Yeah, you are right. And you know what? It's almost as if, I'm glad you said that as well, you know, Doctor. You know, teams no longer really play a sweeper. I remember years ago when teams used to have a sweeper, used to like the old Inter Milan team, or even when remember David O'Leary was the manager at Leeds and they had, is it Jonathan Woodgate?
Oh my God.
Jonathan Woodgate. All I kept, when I'm watching this game, obviously we don't want him to have any injuries like Jonathan Woodgate, but I'm talking about the composure and him being able to play in certain positions where his distribution was just sweeping. It was all of his passing was just crisp. But you're right. I just hope that he does have recovery that keeps him in good health. I'm confident the club will support him. I'm sure he's got loved ones and families to look after him, and just look forward to him to returning to football for us as well, man. Really,
speedy recovery, mate. Man. Get back soon, man. Get back soon. Definitely will be missing him, I tell you.
Can I be provocative as well before you move on? Like Doctor was bunning Gakpo just a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
about his performance in Everton. But watch the ride. Kaiser had an amazing game over on the right hand side. So do you think it's Salah that needs to just hold the bench a little piece? Because Kaiser really got both of these assists playing from the right side of the forward position, didn't he?
No,
game against Southampton.
The second one he was on the left.
You sure?
100%. 100%. And I know because I remember it well. Do you know why? Because the ball that got played to him, the first touch that he took was it was of Zidane levels, bruv. The first touch was tremendous. And then the pass, where you just squared it across, was neat. That's why I remember. It was played across to him and he was on the left. 100%.
Do you know what? I know when when Italy won the Euros, from memory, it was Insigne on the left, Chiesa on the right. I can't remember who was through the middle, but that was 2021. Like, whenever I watched him play for his club, so Fiorentina and then Juve, he's played the majority of the time from the left of the pitch. So this idea that like he's obviously, he was brought in as Mo Salah's cover because we've got Gakpo and we had Diaz, but like he's not just like the guy plays on the left. You can see just the way like his technique is, the way he controls the board, the way he shifts it. He wants to come in and curl it and find partners. So I just think he can play anywhere across the front line.
Yeah, agreed. I agree.
Chiesa's our Rumbelows Cup ace, but he's pushing for a Prem run because every time he's been given an opportunity, he's delivered.
Agreed.
Yeah, Bournemouth, that was clutch.
Yeah. Whilst I want to see more from Cody, I don't think he's played badly enough to warrant getting dropped, says Amit. See, even CW says it, man. Give Chiesa the start now. Drop Gakpo.
I don't think Cody's been bad. Like I don't think he's been poor. He's been below his standards. Like he's been average, I guess. But I just think if Chiesa didn't look that good, and we're just saying, we need to just try it someone else, then I think it's a bit of a different argument. But I think when you've got a player who is below his best and you've got another player who is thriving, then at some point, like, you've got to start picking players on merit and how they're performing.
Damn right. Amit says, "Nah, man. As Stoney said, Cody has been part of an influential in helping us maintain this perfect start. He hasn't been that bad." CW then says, "Either start Chiesa or Wirtz on the left wing for now." And then Mark says, "I like to try Hugo Ekitike out there, but I think Chiesa ahead of Gakpo. Stoney, if Diaz is here, Gakpo's on the bench. True or false?"
Do you know what? What I like about this show? Everybody's opinion is valid. And I think what it's actually showed as well is, even from us on the panel, but also importantly, everybody that's tuned into the show, is our squad depth is littered with quality and so much options that any conversation we have, everybody's always going to be right. We're just winning. We're winning in every single opportunity. We're winning, whether it's my belief or me attempting to provide rationale for Cody starting, or Kaiser, or Rio, or Isak playing up for Iketika. Look at the conversations we're having now. Whether it's going to be Wirtz, Veer, or whether it's going to be Dominic Szoboszlai, we could not be having this conversation 2 seasons ago. You know, look at the healthy position we're in at the moment.
Yep.
So everybody's just valid. Everybody is just valid.
Well
right
said.
here.
Well said, man.
CW says it exactly. We're not pushing Gakpo out. Needs competition to win back his place. Yeah, he's had the curse of cop talk. You watch next Thursday on this show. Gakpo will score at Palace, and Stoney we say, "Told you." He's had the curse of cop talk, mate. You know what happens when we get him on cop talk. You know what happens, mate.
Oh gosh.
Not only they get a hat trick, mate.
Listen, Cody will always get good GA because his ball striking is so good. Like, Cody can have one of these games where he hasn't even played well, but he'll still score or he'll still get an assist because, like I said, like, his ball striking is that good. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does score on the weekend against Palace, to be fair, because one of these shots has to go in eventually. And if you're shooting 5 times a game, then at some point one of them needs to find the net. But yeah.
So Amit says that personally, I wouldn't play Chiesa off the left before others anyway. I try Rio, Wirtz, or Ekitike off the left before Chiesa. He's Salah's cover, first attacking sub. He comes on for Isak on Saturday.
It's a very good point about the Isak thing, to be fair.
That is a very good point. Because of what happened with Ekitike. Yeah.
I don't mind that, to be fair. He's young, he's gassed. I like that. He's a bit physical.
No, I do mind it because now he can't play on Saturday. So that's why I mind it.
Yeah, no. Agree.
It's not, like we know, Isak is not 100%. So yeah. And Ekitike is in form. So yeah, that has pissed me off, man. Seriously, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, man said that Leone looked more senior and mature than Gomez.
True.
Poor Leone, man. Life, man.
What did you, man, make of Endo? He got a run out. He hasn't had a run out for a while.
That looked terrible, didn't it? But I think sometimes players just a bit rusty in it. Like, Endo still did some good things well. Like, it's weird with Endo because I know obviously there is the view, and which is the truth, that he's just not as good in terms of his distribution and his passing through the lines and taking ball on the half turn, etc. I say Grav or some of the other midfielders. But when he needs to be, he's actually quite techie on the ball. He can beat a man and he can drop his shoulder and he can go past players. Now, like, Endo's a good player. He's just rusty, man. He's just rusty.
Yeah, you know what? Like we spoke about before, he could be another one. Needs more games under his belt to really see the best of him. To be fair, yeah, we're getting a lot of comments about Leone and how good he looks, and probably looks like a leader. Everyone's gutted for him, man. But yeah. So Vinny says, "What's our Prem record against Palace? Because they always appear to cause us problems, or is that more perception than fact?" No, you know what?
I can answer that, Vinny. Shall I be able to answer that? So the last time, so we playing at home. We're playing at home, right?
No, we're away.
Yeah,
I think.
No, we're away.
We're away. So the last time, watch this, Vinny, and as he said, I'm not online here. The last time Palace beat us in this victory, Brendan Rodgers was our manager, and I think that was in 2014. Somebody do the stuff just to quote me. I'm sure we had Ricky Lambert up top. We had Gerrard in the middle with Allen. I think.
Hold on a minute. Did a man say Ricky Lambert?
Still playing. Ricky Lambert.
Brother, don't swear on this station, bro.
I'm telling you, this was
Listen,
the last
man.
time.
Don't use them bad words on the station.
Listen,
this is the
fans.
last time Palace beat us in this victory was 2014. We've either beaten them like 2-1, 3-0, or it's been draws. They haven't beaten us in this victory. They haven't.
Do you know what? They've caused. So I feel what Palace. Sorry to interrupt you. But what Palace did was when we were going for the leagues under Klopp, sorry, where it was like 90 season points and that. And we were expected just to roll over Palace. Like, yeah, we weren't rolling them over. And like,
you remember the comeback?
Yeah. But then,
their record's actually quite good as well, because I mean, you know, they similarly with us going into this season, they haven't lost any games, and even the back end of last season, they hadn't lost any games anyway.
It's 15 games.
They're a good team.
Wow. Okay.
It's another one. A good team, not a one of those teams that's got, you know, like one or two individuals. They're a good team together. Good manager, set them up very well, very hard to beat. And not only that, now they're not just hard to beat, but they can cause you problems going forward.
Well,
and then we go and draw them in the cup.
I know. It's just like, jeez.
I was like, that's a stitch up, man. That's got to be. Why is it Man City always get these easy runs?
Always, bro. Always. Worst thing is with Palace is Glasner. Is blatantly. I swear he's won the Europa League or something like that. Glasner. I'm pretty sure he has. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he's won already.
You know what? Good manager, man. He's a good manager.
Yeah,
he's got them set up very
100.
well.
Good manager.
A club on a tight budget, and they're doing bits, man. They are doing bits.
And if you think about that team that they had a couple of years, when he first would have come, Mateta is proven to be one of the better centre forwards in the league. Well, certainly top.
Do you remember we was talking about this last season that man would have Mateta over Nunes?
Absolutely. Oh, come on. It was obvious. And now he's decided to change his trim. You can see that like he's not an old man as well. For some reason, he had some like old man trim. The whole ball head's like, bro, allow it. If you think he's a good player, Eze's gone to Arsenal and will start games. Elise starts with Bayern Munich. Wharton's wanted by every top club in the country. Gay would have gone to Liverpool and been getting regular first team minutes. So you're just seeing that they had some very good individual players, man. Yeah,
Sarr.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah, and apparently he's going to be back as well now because he's been out, but he should be back for our game now all of a sudden.
He always gives us trouble, man.
Yeah, man. They're a good team. I must say,
hard game for us still. It's a hard game.
Yeah,
hard game.
It is. We need to perform more like the Everton game. So for me, we need to start the same lineup from the Everton game and see how we do there. And Vinny says, yeah, and I think that's right. You know, didn't they beat us at Anfield in Klopp last season?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yes.
I think they did. Yep.
I'm pretty sure. or they drew, but
And Vinny's agreeing with you, Doctor. He's saying, yeah, I think he won the Europa.
Can't think of who you won it with though.
CW says we're signing Water next summer. The only injury will now trigger Gahey in January. My only issue is I rate Wharton highly, but injuries.
Too many, innit?
Yeah, man. That's my problem, man. Injuries, man.
Too many.
Do you reckon? And this is I don't have the answer to this, right? Do you think some of those injuries may be because they're not able to rest him because they haven't got another midfielder in that matches that profile, therefore they have to play in too many games?
Well, I don't know, because remember, you're saying they can't rest him, but because they ain't got another midfielder. But when he's out injured, they play somebody.
Yeah, it's true.
You understand that they play somebody. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's too many injuries. That is my only issue with him. If it wasn't for injury, I'd say, you know what? Yes, 100%. Because I've seen the boys techers, and yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. So Palace away, gents. Potential banana skin. How do we see that game going?
So we won last season, right? I think if Ekitike had been had been available, I would have really backed us. It's unclear where Isak is at the moment because I thought he looked better against Atletico than he did against Southampton.
Yeah, I'd agree.
There were a couple of moments on the game on Wednesday where I seen him. He's just not match sharp yet from a physical perspective. Like his touches and that are fine. Still not obviously at his point, but there isn't there's not the power in his game yet. Like he's not really outstripping defenders and bursting past them like he would do normally. So it's unclear how long it's going to take him. But there's a couple of times where he was running and obviously he's got long legs and that, and it's just like, bro, like, are you running in mud at the moment? Or was there like a bit of treacle? It's like, rude boy. It's like you need to get like the biometrics working, man. You need to, because like the legs weren't moving proper. So I just think Isak's just going to take some time, man. So it's unclear what level he's going to be at, but I'd say 2-1 for us personally.
Okay. I'd say Isak gives us 60 to 70 minutes before we take him off. I think it gives us a good 60 to 70 minutes, and then help build up his fitness, and that once again, and then probably Chiesa comes on.
Makes sense, right?
And replaces him. Yeah. Or you move Mo in the middle, put Chiesa out there, whatever. But yeah, give him 60, 70 minutes, I say, to be fair. Stoney, how do you see that game going? Man,
I think
his predictions are terrible.
I know. 1-0 victory for Liverpool.
Nice.
In that game. Yeah, 1-0 victory.
Clean sheet.
Yes.
So he's going for a clean sheet and another near Connery. This 1-0 business, brother, it's not the one. It's not the one. I'm telling you, it's not the one, mate. It's not the one.
Thing is, who have Palace played this season? It was Chelsea that they drew against, right? At Selhurst Park, yeah. But who else have they played? They played like any other good teams this year. I can't say that I've really been following their results.
Oh, I see what you mean. So it's almost as if because I mean it's a hard one. Did they beat up? I know they're not playing as good as they did last season. Didn't they beat Villa? Didn't they beat Villa 3-0?
They might have, but you know what? Villa been poor.
I know, and you're right. You know, because it's strange because they beat Nottingham Forest as well, didn't they?
Another one who's been poor.
Yeah. Or did they draw with Forest? I don't know, but they got a result. So I see what you mean. Even though they got the victories, it's almost as if to say who have they actually played.
Yeah, maybe they haven't played against great teams, so
right,
I reckon it's better than what.
Okay.
Than what you would think. Okay, so they beat West Ham 2-1, drew against Millwall, but won on penalties. Drew against Sunderland. Yeah, they broke up Villa 3-0 away.
Right.
Yeah, that boy. Yeah, that's a good result. And then they drew with Forest. And then they drew with Chelsea. So yeah, they actually played some good teams because Forest under Nuno are a tricky team to play. So yeah, for them to play Chelsea, Forest, Villa, and then being unbeaten. Yeah, no, that's
And they
good.
won in their playoff game in Europe as well, the Europa Conference League.
So yeah, no. But listen, man, there is a reason why we are the champions. So let me find a way.
Yeah, we better. I'm telling you, we better. We really need to, man. We really need to. But I'm looking at a 2-1 as well. To be fair,
I'm confident, man.
2-1. So yeah. Hold on a minute. What's going on here? It says start Chiesa, use Cody up front, use Isak as a sub in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, you know.
It's coming in from Vinny.
I wouldn't mind that.
Okay. Stoney getting his Luther Vandross selection really for after the show. Never too much. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Vinny's classic, Vinny.
Mark Foster saying 3-0 Liverpool. Go on, Mark. I like that.
That's what I'm talking about, Mark, man.
Support Chiesa, Szoboszlai, and Mac.
Chris, allow it, bruv.
Chris is saying 2-2. That wouldn't surprise me, though, you know. I'll tell you what, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
They're a good team, innit? They are a good team.
No, they are. They are a good team. And I've always say that good teams are hard to beat rather than those languishing teams who's got a couple good individuals. Because remember, you mark out the individuals and the teams are dead. But this is a good unit working together. So they're always the ones that's harder to beat for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, peoples, man, thank you very much for joining us. Do remember that like, that share, that subscribe, to tell a friend each and every Thursday we are here. So we will be back on Thursday talking about the Palace game. Who we got next in Europe as well? We got a decent little league day. We've got some nice games coming up.
Isn't it Galatasaray? I think we've got.
Okay.
That sounds about right. Listen, we've got the group of death again. Like, I don't understand how we go in as contenders, we get the toughest groups. We go in as champions, we get the tough. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you know what? I quite like it because I think it helps us to raise our game.
Yeah.
I do. Agreed. I quite like it, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. I do. I like it. Helps us to raise our game, man. Yeah, but gentlemen, thank you very much, man. It's been a blast once again. Stoney, good to have you back on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much for hosting once again. And yeah, everybody who's tuned in, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And just a reminder to everybody tuning into the show, even though you're watching it live, you can still also do the replay as well. So if you're on your way into work tomorrow, or if you're working from home, just make sure you rewatch the show as well.
That's right. Yeah, man. Do that for real. Doctor, my brother.
3 points. Let's get it in. And I can sense a Cody brace, man. So, yeah, I can see a brace for Cody still.
Cop Talk have done it for him now, mate. We've done it.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
You know what I mean? Let's see what happens, man.